Hey everybody, Kid Cummings, Power Peace Project, standing outside the Quick Trip that was recently burned down in the riots in Ferguson, Missouri. And I'm here to find peaceful people that have a voice and have a message. Because on the media, a lot of what you see right now is anger, violence, there's some looting and unrest. And this is a community that it's like a lot of other communities across the country. There's just a spotlight on it, and there was a match thrown into a bucket of gasoline. But this is a real problem. There's an us against them mentality, and a lot of times it's poor and rich. It can be black and white. It can be Muslim, Christian. It's west side, east side. I see it in the schools. I see it in the prisons. I even see it in churches. As people are taking sides and they're angry, and there's a lot to be angry about, but there's also peaceful solutions. And I'm part of the Power Peace Project, and I spent this last week on a tour through Kansas and now into Missouri and in prisons and schools, and we're finding young people that do not know about the teachings of Dr. King and Mahatma Gandhi and Nelson Mandela, Mother Teresa, and great peacemakers from the 20th century. And the Power Peace Project, which was founded by myself and 12 convicts in Georgia's most dangerous, violent maximum security prison, who stood up for peace, and they started a peace movement which is now spreading to prisons and schools across the country, and now churches, because we're rallying communities. We're trying to heal wounded communities from the inside out. But this is an example of what can happen when we don't talk. And the principles that we're teaching are to find common ground and walk a mile in the other man's shoes and seek first to understand, practice active listening and deliberate communication. And we've got to start talking to one another, and we've got to start this conversation with the young people that are learning the convict code on the streets. There's a lot of beautiful young people in this community. They're lining up to get ready to go to prison, and we're building more prisons than we are schools. We're filling them up. Inmates are getting younger and younger and doing longer times for lesser crimes. The war on drugs is fueling the system of incarceration. 2.5 million people are incarcerated in the land of the free, and it's an epidemic. Heroin is destroying our cities, and now getting out of the suburbs, addiction, overdose, incarceration, and suicide are becoming the stories of the young people. And it's not a rich, poor, black, white, inner city, suburbs problem. It's a human problem, and it's festering, and it's ready to explode. And I'm finding peaceful people in this community that they want change, but they don't want violence. They certainly don't want looting. And I had a young man in this community say that this Quick Trip is a place that this community needs, and now it's been burned to the ground, and they're getting blamed for it. And there's an answer, but we've got to start today. Be the peace that you wish to see in this world, and take a young man, a young woman, and pull them in and teach them a better way. We need to find role models in communities like this. The Power Peace Project has come to Ferguson, and I aim to get into schools and jails and churches in this community, and this community be a model of healing, peace, that we can take to Chicago, LA, Atlanta, all over the country where there's violence and useless killing, and kids going to prison, and worse, losing their lives. So thank you. Follow us at powerofpeaceproject.com. Get involved today. Love you, need you. God bless, and God bless this community.